Hey guys, how's it going? Going? That's a great start, isn't it? Oh, shit the bed.
We try the intro again.
We'll do that again.
Let's try that again.
Hi guys, how's it going? You sound so enthusiastic tonight.
I am. It's been a fun week.
Oh, it's been a genuinely fun week.
Yeah, it's been raining loads, which is nice and refreshing. Weather's been great. Builders have been coming round when they say they are. So yeah,
Lovely.
all is good.
Cool.
How about yourself?
Wunderbar, which is German for pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I'll go.
The
along
German's
with
not so hot. Anyway, today is all about what's in the bag. We should get like a little jingle. What's in the bag? So yeah, we thought we'd share with you what is in our bag. And you might see us, or you yourself might go out for a little paddle. You will hopefully, probably take a bag of some description. We certainly do. So we're going to show you some of that. So for example, you will often see me with this bad boy, this little man bag that I love. This one goes over my shoulders like so and sits on my chest, and I love having a little chest bag because basically it's just super handy to have a few things that you can easily access.
Nibbles.
Nibbles is top of that list, but also this is the connectors on this are like magnets, so it's super simple to clip on and off. Like there's no faffing and clipping and all of that sort of stuff. It's a really simple pull and tug, so that's cool. Easy. It's so easy to make your giggly bag burst. And then yeah, so there's that, and it's therefore I can take it off and chuck it under the bungees at the front if I want. Before I start delving into my bag, Adam,
Yes.
show them your bag.
Oh. Thought I'd never ask. Well, if we're going to show the small bags, I like this little bad boy. This is Overboard. Don't know if that's the brand. This is kind of like a waist bum bag thing. Completely waterproof when you do that. Yo, which is really good. I sometimes, if I'm practicing like, buoy turns and race turns, sometimes I'll actually put the leash around there. And it's really simple, good clip, wasn't expensive. Keep my phone in it, car keys, a few things. Yeah, that's really
Cool.
good.
No, I like that one.
And I just discovered after months of having it, there's
Little
actually
side zip pocket.
a little side zip pocket. Because I was going, it really needs a zip pocket, and it actually does. And then it's got this little net for drinks and various other things. So that's what I take, and that's always with me. That's always my go-to.
So, talk about then, start delving into your go-to. What sort of stuff do you keep in it?
Normally, I'll always have my car keys in here, and my mobile phone.
Mobile phone,
Because
ladies and
I've got
gents. Super important.
Poo bag.
poo bag.
It is a poo bag.
Well,
Just in case.
if I drop one in the ocean, it could be a hazard to shipping or sea life, so I need to scoop that up. But it's also because I have two dogs, just in case. But this is where I keep my Leatherman or multi-tool. Oh. Boom.
Nice.
Yep.
Very good.
Just in case I need it for anything. If there's some sharks that are coming to bite me, I'll jump on and stab it,
Punch in the nose.
punch it, do something. But yeah, no, it's handy.
Mick Fanning on his ass.
Yeah. Well, there's some PVC, which is always handy. With my dodgy old standard paddle,
Yeah.
I used to find that one of the nuts would always come loose.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally that strong. The force that I would be putting through the paddle is just too much for a standard paddle. So it used to come loose all the time. So that's what the multi-tool is for. Just after a couple of kilometres. Yeah. And then the PVC as well. It used to be just to kind of mark the paddle when I was trying to get used to seeing which length. So I'd mark it. And I used to be a roadie, so I always have PVC.
Never know when you're going to need it.
Never leave home without it.
Cool.
When you say roadie, you mean band roadie, not road cyclist?
No. Oh.
No offence. That's killed 50% of our audience. No.
Yeah, bands. Yeah, sound technician. And a rigger. And automation.
So would you recommend people should take a bag out on their first? Like people who are getting into it, like why would you take a bag instead of using something like a key lock?
Oh no, like you'd always take a bag just because there's a few key things that you're going to want to take. So like for example, within my bag is, let's say, this item here, which is an aqua pack, which is conveniently wrapped around all the other crap that's in my bag at the moment, so faffing to get it out. Little aqua pack, keep your phone in it. This one is actually provided by the RNLI. They have these, so contact your local station. They might be able to source them for you, or go to one of their events, support them in whatever way you can. They'll look after you with a good little piece of kit like that. Actually, funny story, I mean, these aqua packs are fairly generic. You get you get a whole range and spectrum of aqua packs that are available. Like I think there's ones out there you can spend a good 50 to 70 quid on, which are like full on industrial, you know, for your various sizes of phones. Like some are properly like Submariners cases that are properly rigged for being waterproof and can go to quite a significant depth. But most ordinarily you're going to get something like this, which if you were to pay for something like that, you'd be paying anywhere between 6 and 15. If you're buying from a fancy brand, maybe they might charge you 20 quid for it, but ultimately it's the same sort of stuff going into it.
Don't pay less than £6 is what I'd advise, because my car key is worth about 250 quid, which I found out the other day. So I bought a really cheap one just to see if there was any difference. Yeah. And as I was getting something out of the pack, the whole side split. Yeah. But that was a really cheap one. So yeah.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't go for that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But even, I mean, this is free. Like the lifeboat give these out. So, but I had an incident in our summer scheme this year where I had my lovely fancy new iPhone, taking some great shots, and then put it back in this pack, tuck the pack sort of inside my buoyancy aid, and just sort of forgot about it for a couple of hours, and then sort of got out at lunchtime, went to get my phone out, and as I did that I realised that whatever I'd been doing, I'd basically torn a gash down the front of this aqua pack. You are unbelievable.
Bags and Gashes. That's the title of this one.
That is. We're screwed. No, I'm joking. And yeah, so basically this has just been full of water for like 2 or 3 hours, and my iPhone basically absorbed all that water. He's gone. I'll just carry on. I'll hold the fort. The iPhone basically absorbed all the water, and the battery ended up swelling and pushing the whole phone apart. So
your bag swelled up.
Yeah, the battery swelled up in the phone and sort of pushed the whole phone apart, and that was the death of that phone. So like they're not, like, don't treat them like they are the ultimate safeguard and waterproofing of any important keys or phones or anything, but it's just a good practice to have even a very basic one just to get you out on the phone. And as I think we've touched on before, you know, having your phone out on the water with you is the right thing to do, quite frankly, and that's not because you can take a selfie for Instagram, although you can, but it's because if something happens, you can call someone, anybody, and God forbid the RNLI themselves. But yeah, so it's super sensible to have that in your bag. And so as I say, in my quick access bag, winter time, so there's a pair of gloves sitting in here. We'll ignore them for now. I have a knife, a cutting tool, but that's more, I suppose, as an instructor, you're kind of obliged to have one. Just, if something goes wrong, if something gets caught hooked on something and you need to remove it quickly, handy to have a little sharp implement to do that with. I've also got in here at the moment my VHF. I basically don't go paddling without a VHF, particularly if I'm covering some ground, going some distance, going somewhere where that is maybe a bit more exposed, and I think that Joe Bloggs could ring the Coast Guard saying there's someone out there. I don't know if they're capable, competent. I've already told the Coast Guard that I'm on a channel where I can hear any chatter, and yeah, for me, like if you're seriously paddling around headlands and things, then take a VHF. I'm just emptying the bag. What else have we got? Fruit pastels. What is it you got? Every time I can't say anything. I've got fruit pastels.
No, I'm just laughing at the fruit pastels.
You're just laughing at the... Yeah, fruit pastels, we don't need to talk about them. But
Are they for energy?
yeah, just like if you're knackered and you just need a bit of sugar. But again, like I have them, again, from an instructor's perspective, it might be someone forgot to tell you that they're diabetic or whatever else you just need to. It's probably just handy having them in there for someone. Even if you take people out on a short paddle round, someone might get knackered and just chuck them a fruit pastel and they might be grateful. Might give them the energy to get back. I always carry in this bag, I have this random spare light, just in case you get caught out, takes a bit longer than you thought, and I have one spare light in my ready access bag, and I have exactly the same one in my slightly bigger bag that sits under the bungees at the front, and that's just my sort of dry bag that keeps a few extra safety points in it. But yeah, and I just have a light that sits in there. This is just a little cheapo, screw it tighter and it turns on, unscrew it, turns off. That's lasted a good while.
Is that a paddleboard specific light?
No, it's not. It's actually...
Is that a dog one?
It's a dog
Orbalock?
one. No, the Orbalock I've ordered
Similar.
but haven't yet arrived. They're like a
Yeah.
Danish company, but it's a similar thing to that. Yeah. And randomly, I've got my whistle. Again,
Just in case there's some football and you want to interject.
yes, give anyone a red card, stuff like that. Sin bin. Yeah. I have probably too much stuff in my bag. Like this isn't me saying you must have this stuff in your bag. This is just
Yeah.
what we're carrying in our bag. I also, randomly, while we're in it, I have these which I fashioned. Hey, they look super cool. Every so often we'll get people that turn up and they're wearing glasses. And so I sort of fashioned this together. I've got a few of them. And all it is just a little bungee that straps onto their glasses. And then I've put a little floating device on it. So if they do take a dunk, their glasses will, even if their glasses come off, they'll float. We'll have them. Life is good. We can carry on. We have, people have lost glasses. It happens.
Yeah.
Sun is like glasses they actually need. So yeah, it is a consideration. So if you're a glass wearer, you can fashion yourself something like this, or Palm and a few other companies actually do like sort of similar principle of this without this lovely design add-on that I've put in, but it just wraps tight around your head and just keeps the glasses there, and I think they actually are designed to float as well. So
Yeah, my ones are designed to float.
right, okay. Have you tested that?
Yes.
And do they?
Yes.
There we go. Who made them?
Can't remember. Something like Julbo. Who knows?
Cool.
Yeah, they do.
Well, there we go. We could plug you, Jolbo, if we knew.
Yeah. I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my little mini bag. Have you got all the stuff in your...
Well, I've got this thing as well, my dry bag when I'm
bag.
going out, if I'm doing touring
I was gonna
or
say,
anything.
yeah.
That I'll like stuff a load of different stuff in there.
Yeah.
Terrible English.
So whilst Anne's just looking and delving deep in his bag, I'm expecting like a Mary Poppins-esque scenario here. You like pull out coats.
I was thinking Austin Powers.
Austin.
I think that's as us. Head torch, you know, put on your head. It's a torch. This one is red as well as flashing. I think it's got SOS as well, but who knows?
Cool.
So that's always with me. That's my light.
Handy.
Sometimes I like to go out and explore terrain if I'm going around the headlands.
Yep.
So
Yep.
a pair of daps,
Lovely.
so then I don't cut my feet or
Yeah, good
anything.
one. Show me them.
I do
Are
like
they the
these.
Joby?
JBs.
Is it Joby or Job? Job or Joby, could you please send us a message and explain to us, is your name Joby
Joby.
or Job?
Yeah. Hobby.
Jobe. Jobe.
Hobby. Aren't they Dutch?
Joe, surely Joe.
I think they are Dutch. They've just, I'll tell you what, it's a quick sidetrack, right? They've just done an awesome collab with a Finnish boat maker called Axopar. Check these guys out, right? So Axopar do these super cool like twin jet boats which cruise around, awesome speed, perfect for around here. Not that I've been looking and dreaming about having a boat in this area. Dream on, Ian. But Joby have just done a partnership with them on their little Axopar 22, and it's basically designed to just be a little like water sports centre in a small, 14-foot boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's super cool. Super cool. Check it out.
Interesting.
But, yeah,
I
anyway.
like these. These drain as well, the water, all those holes on the side. There, actually,
yeah.
that's where all the water drains out. And they're good on the slipway, and it's just handy to chuck on.
Yeah.
Also, if there's like some mysterious hidden place that you want to go and see or check out.
Yeah, easy to throw on.
Easy to throw on.
Just looked on their website. It's pronounced DJO-B.
Joby.
Joby.
There you go.
Good man. Fact check.
Oh,
Is it
Does
in
that sound
date?
like it?
Is it in date?
it's in date. Some jerky, plant-based jerky.
Crack it open.
No, not now. That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, just as a bit of a nibble. I don't know what I've got in here.
He's going deep. Oh, we're getting to the rope. I knew we'd get to ropes.
Oh, we've got a strop.
This is
We've got a daisy chain. And it's got a carabiner.
the rigger.
A boom. That's really handy. That's really, really good for various different things. I don't know why it's in there, though. I can't remember.
Because
but yeah,
I can tell you why that's in there, because we won't give this away now, but we've been talking about different things for that.
yes.
And you brought that to show me
Really good.
the latest iteration. So yes,
Yeah.
we'll do that another time.
Yeah, handy. Don't need, yeah. I don't know what's in here.
I'd love if you.
I love this thing.
Ooh.
This is
a
also
little light.
Little light.
Now, is that
But-
decathlon or sealskins?
Seal skins.
Sealskins.
So it's waterproof. It's really
Is it
good.
waterproof?
Yeah.
Ah, see, yeah, no, that's a whole new level. to
Nah,
the
that's
decathlon
proper.
version.
I've got a couple of things from Sealskins, and they're really good. Lifetime guarantee.
Yeah.
The light you can charge, which is USB, but no, if you're out and then the weather turns, and it's getting a bit chilly and you're all wet and the headwear, whack that on. It's really good. Also doubles up as safety.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really bloody good.
And it looks cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it on.
Yeah, do.
Show us how cool it looks.
Oh,
Oh,
look
slay.
at that.
The ears folded out makes that even better.
man.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Nice.
Boom.
Can be used
That's
for
cool,
fishing
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fisherman's friend. We'll
Oh.
start a sea shanty in a minute.
Well, so, yeah.
may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea.
An old bottle of water.
So, do you leave that in there all the time? Or
No, I generally will clean
is
this.
that just for an example?
I hope not.
Or is it just that, like,
No, generally,
Six months later.
most of that. Well, no, because I go out more often than every 6 months. But no, mainly. Hello. Hi. Yeah, most of this is in there. I'll always take some form of hydration,
Yeah.
water or something. That's normally got a carabiner, so you can clip off of the bungee. or clip it off of you. I'll always take a little bit of snackage, because sometimes when the day is going that well, I may only want to go out for an hour or two, but if the weather's really nice, it could be 6 hours. So it's always good to have that. But yeah, mainly all of that. I wouldn't necessarily take the strop and the daisy chain with me, because that's kind of for various other things. Towing, or if your leash is, if someone's in trouble, or you can do various things with it, or if I'm on land and kind of doing that. But yeah, if I'm going out and I'm touring, I'll always take my trainers. Yeah. Always. If I'm only going out for a quick paddle on hour, or if I'm doing sprints, or if I'm doing skills or practicing my catch and everything, then I won't take that bag out. But that will always live with me on the bungee if I'm going out and exploring.
Yeah. I just received the Vivo Barefoot Cross Trains, which are my new shoes I'm going to be trying for this year, which I'm excited to get wet this week.
Are they the 5-toe ones, or the?
They're not 5-toe. No, they're the that's Vibram that do the 5-toe one. The Vivo Barefoot do like
the Vivo things.
Yeah, Vivo. Yeah, I carry similar bag, not as big, and basically drinks bottle, same as yourself. I have this little bad boy. Wait, there's that spare light I was telling you about.
Perfect.
I have this bad boy, which is a sort of throw rope. Honest, I've never had to use this for the safety scenario that it's intended for. In fact, I rarely tow with this. Like, often the thing that I'm about to show you next, which is a spare leash, which I'll carry in there. I'll often just use that because it's easier and quicker attachment. But I'll tell you what, we do use this a lot for games, quite frankly. This is a great, throw bag turns into a great rugby ball. It also doubles up quite nicely as a anchor. So if you're into, or if you just want to sit for a while somewhere and you're like, say there's a bit of flow in the water that's sort of pushing you one way, but you just want to sort of stay in that position, a bit of weight in that, which you might be able to get from some rocks at the side or a bit of sand or whatever it might be, lob it all in the bag, take the rope out, throw the weight in the bag, drop in the water, and then you can just tether the end of the rope off on your board, and that will just hold you in position. Used, a lot of people for their sup yoga classes and stuff like that would use something like that. But yeah, so it's just a handy alternative use for this. As I say, there's a leash in there, spare light flew out, and that's me.
Do you know what bag I was looking at getting?
What bag were you looking at?
A motorcycle rucksack.
Motorcycle rucksack, right?
It's aerodynamic.
Yeah.
They're waterproof. There's a certain one. Yeah. No, there's one which is certain. It's a hard shell.
But but are the zips waterproof?
Yes.
Or is it just waterproof in the sense that the material
it's
makes the water run off?
I don't know about submersible, but it's definitely, because what I don't like about the bags is when you're touring and if you take too much with you, and it's not so bad, and you can't have one thing to fit everything, but if you've got that at your front, then the weight makes a massive difference. And so I was going, right, okay, and because it's quite bulky, I wanted something that's going to be lower profile and more aerodynamic. And then I was thinking, my old motorcycle one used to. It's like a hard shell, and you can fix it. It's got a couple of D-rings on it.
There's a few companies that are doing, like Red have a deck bag.
A what bag?
A deck bag. So it's like it's designed to go on the front on the deck of your board, right? And there's a few of them.
Sorry, it's the accent. Sorry, it's just.
That's you and your mug. That's what it is. So the Red do a deck bag. I think a few other brands have started doing similar ones, and they've just like fully waterproof, submersible, curve to them, just to give a little bit more of that aerodynamic feel to it. I don't know what I really feel about that. I mean, considering the price of a dry bag like this versus like the 125 quid I think it is for the red deck bag.
How much?
I think it's 125 quid. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to fact check that, but approximately. Yeah, I sort of, you know.
Do you ever wear rucksacks?
Well, interestingly, when I did Scotland, I had like an aqua pack on my back, and for a prolonged period of time, you just don't want a rucksack on your back. Like I took it off halfway and just chucked it under the deck and resorted to just sitting down and drinking out of it when I needed a rest. I wouldn't be a massive proponent of wearing a rucksack whilst paddling. There's definitely, like, it's like everything, isn't it? Everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to feel a different way about it. But for me, that doesn't really work. Just mechanically and chaffage wise and all of that sort of stuff. So I think a good deck bag, dry bag, whatever, just at the front, that's basically housing stuff that you are hoping you aren't necessarily going to have to access, or it's housing stuff like a coffee flask or a food flask that you will come to a point where you sit, stop, consume that, and then carry on. And that's where I love that chest bag, because everything's super simple. Like I can effectively keep paddling one-handed and just be like unzip, get out whatever I want to do. You know, whether it's the phone to take a picture, make a call, or, you know, we were we had sessions, you know, where we were coming back into Bangor Marina, and say as we got around the headland from Jenny Watts cave, as we come around that headland, I basically ring the Salty Dog, for example, and I'll be like, hey guys, can you sort us out 6 pints of Guinness and a couple of G&Ts? We're going to land in like 6 minutes. Yeah. And then we cruise in and people land back in Bangor Marina, and there's someone from the Salty Dog like come out standing there with a tray going, there's your drinks, people. And everyone's like, that's nice. And that's how you roll. That's how you got to do it, right?
So for people who are like getting into it or new to the sport, who are looking to take a bag with them, obviously you guys have got two very different bags there. What should people be looking out for? Any sort of makeshift way they can do it? What's the way to get into that? Yeah, because there's obviously a lot of choices. Are those two bags you guys carrying, the two small ones, are they Stand Up Paddleboard specific, or?
No, my overbag board, I think, is just a water bag. Yeah. Like kayaking. It does say like from, I can't remember where I got this from. Person was lovely on the phone, but it does say
it was lovely on the phone. Didn't they just call you and just be like,
yeah, because they didn't have it in.
I've got a paddle bag. Do you wanna...
yeah. It was something
you
about
the
colour.
You sound nice.
It was some rubbish about the colour. You know, like, oh, we don't have it in black, and I was going, I don't care. And they do say paddleboarding, kayaking, boating. The little zip isn't waterproof. That's like, well, waterproof, not submersible. Whatever the IP64 and that's 68 or something. But this main body is, so if you fold it up, and you can either clip it like that, or it clips to the side as well. Yeah. But that is submersible.
That's a really good bag.
And actually, when one of the last sessions that we were doing a rescue, and that's when we checked it out.
Yeah.
And my phone was perfect. Fine. You know, everything was dry in there. So yeah, that's really good. That's maybe 30 quid. Yeah. I don't think anything more, and I wouldn't really want to spend any more until I've tried something out and gone, no, actually that lasts. But this is great. I'll jump in with this as well, and completely fine and safe. And I like it on my back or my hip. Like I'm not, because I've worn a couple of bibs before, and for me it's just something out here where I'm not quite happy with it. So that on the back, it's out of the way.
Yeah, and that's like, I recognise the irony in this. I mean, this is because I specifically use the buoyancy vests that we use at the school, because I'm such a fan of the fact that they are a vest, so they add that layer of warmth, plus they've got the thin profile so that they're not obtrusive, but then I go and like undo all the benefits of buying that buoyancy aid over everything else by
Didn't want to
putting
point
this
that out,
on
but
the
yeah.
front. And no, I'm well aware of that, but I'm a big fanboy of this, and as I say, it's just like simple little touches like the quick release magnet connectors. For me, regular access to bits is really important, because I'm constantly, if I'm taking a group out, if we're running a kid's birthday party or whatever else, like I'm constantly in getting the next thing or the next set ready. So there's always something I'm going to need to be pulling out of the bag, as it were. So that's just invaluable to me. But as I say, anyone just starting out wouldn't necessarily need or feel the benefit of that.
Any bag.
Any bag. And you don't, I would go back to just saying priorities. Just make sure your phone, like your comms device, is protected. And that could be in like a bag like yours, which is perfect.
Yeah.
It can be in an aqua pack, whatever. Like there's no compulsory need for a bag. I think it's just if you...
I've taken a bag for life, unwrapped it when I haven't,
Sorry.
when, I had a couple of extra things with me and I left it behind, and I was like, and I just had a bag for life, wrap it round a load of times, stuff it under the bungee, it's splash proof, it's perfectly fine.
I find now loads of people, like even we've seen people that like go through the course of us and then, if you're going out paddling, you're generally speaking, I'd say the majority of people are sort of an hour to 2 hours max they're going paddling.
Yeah.
That's a wild, like population-wide sort of assumption, but on average, I would say that's where people are at. And if they're doing that, ultimately, some people will probably take a drink. Like half the people I know, it's a gin in a tin sort of setup. Do you know what I mean? Like, we sort of can't be seen to be endorsing that sort of, drinking on a paddleboard. No, you shouldn't do that. But yeah, people will do that. Providing they're not sort of taking a 6-pack of tinnies out and sort of loving
And they
life.
bring it back with them.
Yeah, and they bring
And
leave no
dispose of
trace.
it.
So there's no absolute need for a bag, but like ultimately it comes down to, again, the same principles of like having a plan, so you've got a rough idea of what you might be doing, and take the kit with you that keeps you right in that plan. So if you need a bag, if you need a couple of I hung this up today, so like we've done a few big expeditions. When we did the ban, I took 2 of these. Like these are 3-piece paddles, so you can just sort of unclip and separate them so they all fold down. Actually, I just like literally had them pointing on my board, bungeed at the front, for 120k or whatever it was, just in case someone's paddle broke on the journey. Like if you're going for that length of time and you're going like we were for the first part of it, you're sort of climbing under trees and over branches and sort of going through a few reeds, and it's a bit messy. There's a risk that someone's going to break a paddle at some point along the way, and so in those sort of extreme circumstances you might even want to be carrying something like that. But as I say, on a day-to-day paddle, most people take communications, take a drink.
That's probably it.
And that's really the nuts and bolts of it.
Yeah, like I'll go out for an hour or two and won't take anything other than a phone.
Yeah.
And if I've taken the car key, because you don't need anything. A lot of times I think, like, personally, when I got started, I like to look into things, like, and so you do all the research, and it can be a minefield, and you can just go, I need this, I need this, and I need this. You kind of don't, and especially when you're starting, because you're not going to be a beginner and go out for a 3-hour tour. I'd like to think you wouldn't. Get used to it, learn,
You find your feet,
find your feet, and do all that. So I'll go out for an hour, 2 hours, and literally will just take my phone.
Yeah.
And just take the car keys, and that's it, because that's all you need.
Yeah.
And otherwise it bogs you down, and if you do forget something, and it's one of those things.
Yeah. Cool. So I hope you found that remotely interesting or vaguely helpful. Shout if any questions. If you think we've made any glaring omissions, Let us know. I'm like sitting here going, someone's going to like email us and go, you forgot.
Spiegelkugel.
Yeah, the Spiegelkugel.
Yeah.
Everyone needs one. Let us know. Drop something in the comments. Top 3 items that you would take out on your paddle. Whatever that might be.
So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to get in touch, please leave a comment below. If there's any topics actually that you guys want to discuss or anything, just drop us a line. You can catch us on social media, and yeah, hope you enjoy. See you on the next one.
See you soon. Cheers.